Well, welcome to Wolverton and welcome to the Secret Garden. Before I go and show you the site that we'd like you to develop for us, I just want to tell you a little bit about this place. About 4 or 5 years ago, where you're sitting now was under a lot of dirt, a lot of shrubbery and a lot of trees, a lot of which have been knocked down. And through different strokes of fate, we managed to acquire this land, and a group of volunteers have been responsible for raising the money, for clearing it, and then for planting it and now maintaining it. As you can see here, there are mosaics that were made by local people working with professional artists. And this is where you come in to do a new sculpture for us, which we hope will be a great attraction. Welcome to the site of where we would like this sculpture. Let me explain. These, although we're in a kind of a wild wooded area here, this was actually what the rest of the site looked like 4 or 5 years ago. And underneath here are the foundations of 2 of the houses. The Firs, where the works doctor used to live, and Yew Tree House, which was where, again, senior management used to live. The idea of this is a bit of a joke, if you like, that back in 1968, when the houses were knocked down, there were an old couple sitting in their living room. And if you like, everything was knocked around. They were left there. They kind of like became ossified, sitting there on their sofa watching the telly. We want it to be life size, okay? And this is the site over here. That's the site of a 6 foot long sofa. It would be nice if there was a bit of space perhaps next door to them where a child or someone else could actually sit and also watch the telly, which we want over there. And it's not a flat screen. It is 1968 vintage type telly that we want over there. And so we want something that looks good but is incredibly tough, and also smooth enough, because children we anticipate will want to come and they will sort of clamber over it and so on. So that's the kind of the brief that we want. And Bill, who's going to be working with you on this, Bill, can you come and say a few words about, how do you make something that actually ain't going to be sort of knocked over? You've done it with dinosaurs and cows and so on.
Well, mainly it's going to be the youngsters coming from the school are going to work with clay, concrete, armatures. They're going to learn a new diet. Apart from just us building this, it's a vocational week. They'll be learning skills of how to cut pieces of metal, make mod rock moulds. So part of the remit of that was to give them confidence as to work with the clay, take a cast off, and also cast the television, which they will design. It will be their telly, their speakers, their research and books, and the settee, sofa. Well done, that's your keying in. Right. Well done.
Did that in a week. You wouldn't do this in art college in 6 months. Only some people in the Milton Keynes gallery would call this an installation. They worked 3 years on it. Honestly, this would be precious. You did great in 1 week. All of you grow every day. Got more confidence with your hammers, all the tools you learn. I wanted them to really learn things they would learn at art college. And I think, as Paul would verify, they learnt more in a week than they would in 6 months. Would you agree on that, Paul? I think so. If you ask them technically, individually, what some things they've learnt, like using blades now, different hammers, cutting circles like that. Some of them never banged a nail in their life. That young man there just now, he's never done anything like that in his life. He doesn't understand, but he's about power of hammers. It's tactility he's learning.
Do you think, though, that you might have put people off, in a sense? There's this kind of idealism about, how wonderful it is to do art. It's very hard work, isn't it?
Well, they've got to learn that. That's what I want them to learn. Everybody wasn't running home, were they, Finn? They wanted to stay. Hard work can be all right. That's what... Instead of being in your bedroom with computers, what are you talking about? They really wanted to do it and shovel, and after Monday was difficult, they were tired on Tuesday. By Wednesday, they didn't notice it. And that's how it used to be, didn't it? They didn't have limp wrist by Thursday. By Friday, they were sad. They didn't really. We were just getting into it by then. It'd taken a week to get them to learn to do it twice or 3 times. Well done, boys.
What's been the best bit for you in this?
The practical side of it. Actually making like the cement and stuff.
What's the biggest lesson you've learned? Not in kind of practical terms, but other lessons.
About like the time scale and the different ways that, because of the like vandals, we had to do it mostly at madcap and things like that.
This is the head of the lady, of the grandma. So they've cast 2 separate parts, the front, which they moulded up in clay, and then the back part, married them together. And basically they've been 2 weeks now in the setting off. So we're just trying to get the plaster off, which we'll get the most of it, and then brush the rest off with water, and then voila, ahead, we hope.
What are you doing here, Dan?
Just cutting bits of wood to help support it when we fill it with cement, so it doesn't bend out.
2 more of those eyes there, Paul, because we've got the eyelids there, but I just didn't know whether to make it. What do you think?
Yeah, it's here.
Excuse me.
Think then, Kat.
I think they're great.
Did you ever think it would turn out anything like this? Or?
I had doubts, but I think it was hard to see what was going to happen from the mod rock that I saw.
So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to the Mayor of Milton Keynes, Councillor Mike Barry, to cut the ribbon.
Thank you very much indeed, thank you. Right. I love the instructions that are being given at the last moment. You know, you stretch the ribbon one side and I'll stretch... Probably because of the shears, but there we go. I'm not going to say very much, but I just really want to say congratulations to everybody, because I think this is something that is going to be put down in history and will be here for a long time. I mean, I've known Bill for 30 years now, since he moved into Milton Keynes, and there's a lot of things that one can contribute, or one can say that he's done here in Milton Keynes. Not only the dinosaur, but if you go just a little bit around the corner and see the mural on the wall, on the canal, you know, which is down to him as well. But now we've got this is fascinating, because okay, there's a man and a woman there and they're watching the telly. I want to see what it is, don't you? Yeah. So I'll shut up now and I'm gonna cut the ribbon, all right? So if we're all ready, after 3, shall we go 1, 2, 3? Yeah, 1, 2, 3.
I'm a Jenny.
This way, please, Bill. Thank you. Believe it or not, you're having fun.
It's come out well, better than I thought it would do.
Really?
Yeah.
Which bits were you involved in doing then?
The hands and the boots.
What do you think you got out of it most?
Actually working with doing more art pieces, actually, but a larger scale, instead of just doing small things in art books and that. So.
And is it something you'd like to do again, or it's hard labour, isn't it?
I'd definitely do it again, but obviously a different thing, but I would do it again.
Yeah.
But something that we can actually think of ourselves instead of just being told what to do.
I'm amazed, it's fantastic, it's absolutely brilliant. I'm really excited about the whole thing. And it surpasses what I thought it was going to do. Really, really impressed. Yeah, it really did, really. It's absolutely amazing. And the children's faces, now they can understand, they can identify, Charlie can find the hand that he did and the boots that he made. And I'm just, really, really happy.